I recently finished watching Trigun on Netflix and decided to do a little review on it just to get my thoughts out in the open. Trigun was a show that caught me completely by surprise, mainly due to its reputation as a balls-to-the-wall action show, which I didn't really find it to be that at all. It's quite a charming but also chilling tale, fraught with religious symbolism. I also find that most people compare it to Cowboy Bebop, but I most likely will never watch that show due to it being spoiled the hell out of for me, and I genuinely didn't enjoy watching it. I think it got near the part where Vicious is introduced, with the exploding chapel and junk, and then stopped, because I just didn't care enough. I don't care about a story that I already know how it ends, memorable quotes and what kind of characters these are. So in short, fuck Cowboy Bebop, it's Trigun's time to shine. Trigun takes place in a post-apocalyptic Mad Max-style world following our central character Vash the Stampede, who is wanted for $60 billion due to the massive amounts of property damage he leaves in his wake. The world they inhabit is a large, vast wasteland, devoid of much plant life and water, where Vash tries to go about his days traveling and not having to murder anyone. There is an end goal, but shh, spoilers. Overall, Trigun's premise is actually quite good, and provides a ton of mysteries to solve as to why are humans here? Where are they? Why is Vash like this? All of which get answered within the 26 episodes. I'd give it a 7 out of 10 overall. It's a pretty fantastic premise, I won't lie. Presentation. I watched the English dub on Netflix, and I have to say, it's not bad at all. Vash's voice actor especially pulls off some great lines, but Wolfwood's voice actor is where it's at. They all pull off the loud, funny character, whilst also being able to pull some spine-chilling lines and hearty, emotional bits of dialogue. The show is animated by Madhouse, a name I'm sure we're all no doubtably familiar with, having animated Black Lagoon, One Punch Man Season 1, Death Note, Parasite the Maxim, and more. The show's animation for 1998 is decent. It's not my thing, at all. But some animation done in some scenes is okay by modern standards. There isn't really a lot I can say about presentation, except it's in that 1990s style that some people do prefer. I most definitely do not, but I pushed past that because I was enjoying the show, so that tells you enough. I'd give it, by modern standards, a 5 out of 10, mainly due to me not vibing with the 90s art style. It was serviceable, but I didn't enjoy it especially. Next up, the characters. First is our central character, Vash the Stampede. The godly gunslinger of this great god-forsaken wasteland. Vash is quite an interesting character, and is seen paired with a lot of religious symbolism, which I certainly understand due to his strict policy of not killing anyone. This would probably evolve into the retard known as Shiroemiya as "people die when they are killed," where it loses all sense of subtlety and joy that is present in Vash, where his policy of not killing anyone is central to the themes of the story, and I'd say it actually improves his character a lot. Now we're getting into spoiler territory, so skip to here. Vash was a baby that was found aboard a spaceship piloted by humans, where he learned the joy of actually being an idealistic child, his strict ideology being imparted to him by Rem, whilst his twin brother, Knives, what a completely non-threatening name, tries to tell Vash that you have to kill the spider to save the butterflies, whilst Vash wishes to save them both. They are both, apparently, plant-like entities who look at humanity in vastly different ways. Knives wishes to slay humanity and make the land prosper, as they are plants, not humans, whilst Vash wishes to save humanity and doesn't look down upon them in the same way that Knives does. It has obvious parallels to Christianity, as Eden is mentioned many, many times. They lived in Eden until they literally fall from grace by discovering the evil of man. Knives is Cain, the man of the soil, who wishes to cultivate the land that he believes is his, whilst Vash is Abel, a man of the people who wishes to guide humanity to success and prosperity. So these two eventually clash in the climax of the show, but more importantly, the best scene that Vash is in is most definitely in the episode titled Sin, where Vash is actually forced to kill someone and comes to an extremely real conclusion, where it's okay to commit sin, as long as one realizes it was a mistake from the bottom of your heart, then you will be granted forgiveness, which is a much more real message than most other anime characters could ever hope of having. In the end, Vash is an absolutely fascinating character that is tragic and badass at the same time. He does seem to have a reputation that doesn't suit his character, as, yes, Vash is an unkillable badass, but at the same time he is much deeper than people probably give him credit for. Overall, I'd give Vash the Stampede a 9 out of 10. A truly fucking fantastic character from an analysis standpoint, which is something I really enjoy, being able to dive deep into the mindsets of these characters and gain a superior understanding. Next up is Nicholas D. Wolfwood. Now this guy is probably my favourite character from the show. Wolfwood is an extremely badass and enjoyable character, especially his interactions with Millie, who is best girl by the way. He is a gun-toting priest carrying a weaponized cross upon his back, wrapped in cloth, until it's revealed and then he lets loose. Wolfwood, contrasting Vash, has no qualms about killing anyone. He's done it from a young age and doesn't even recognize the weight of the sins that he carries. But to everyone else who tries to lift the cross, it is unbearably heavy. Spoiler time, skip to here. Wolfwood was an adopted child who murdered his abusive guardian and was taken in by the gung-ho guns, trained to be a fantastic marksman. Eventually he opened up his own orphanage to prevent kids from ending up the same way he did. He still killed people to put food on the table. However, he thought that to be completely okay. He felt nothing when he murdered those people, because it was in service to the children who he holds so dear. But then Wolfwood meets his end. It's so unexpected, and it hits hard. Him confessing to all the sins he had committed whilst begging not to die, as he has people waiting for him. He dreams of a paradise where the kids, him and Millie, can all live in peace and harmony, which is truly heartbreaking, as, despite his wishes, he ends up dying anyway. But his death and his sins are what eventually allows Vash to defeat Knives. Overall, Wolfwood is another fascinating character who is sympathetic but also badass and uncompromising, who realizes the error of his ways and tries to repent to the best of his ability. I'd give him a 9 out of 10, the same ranking as his good old buddy Vash. Trigun is a fucking fantastic show that if you can get past the 90s animation style, it will be one to remember. Overall, I'd give it a strong 8 out of 10. It's the religious symbolism for me that really pushes it to that edge. I love it when things pull from other sources, it's great. However, the main problem with Trigun is its extremely slow start, but once you get past that, it's a great show. I would highly recommend this badass action-packed adventure filled with religious zeal. Peace.
このジョルノ・ジョバーナには言う。